our assembly today, we're going to be looking at how some children have been working on learning different things. So I'm going to try and stay backwards now here. Are you ready? Here goes. Woo! I'll crush into you. Have you been learning a new skill whilst we've been at home all these weeks? I wonder if you have. I know somebody else who has, and that is Gracie Mae. And Gracie Mae has been learning how to do some sign language. And we're going to see that in our assembly today. Hello. Shall we find out what the time is? I think it might be quite an easy one. Shall we have a look? I can see that the minute hand, that's the long hand, is on the 11. And I know that from the 11 to the 12 is 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes' time, it will be, well, the shorthand, that's the hour hand, is on the 12 pretty much. So that tells me in 5 minutes, it will be 12 o'clock. So I would say it is 5 to 12. If we were going to do that in digital time now, we would say that there was how many minutes have gone past the hour. And we know we can count in increments of 5 right the way around. Let's do it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So 55 minutes ago, it was 11 o'clock. So we would say in digital time, 11:55. Two different ways. Anyway, if it is 5 to 12 at night, what should you be doing? Yes, that's right. You should be fast asleep. It is 5 to 12 in the afternoon, just before midday, then you should be up and about. Maybe you're even thinking about having some lunch. Okay, what else is on our board? Well, it's the 1st of March. Pinch, punch, first day of the month, no returns. I don't know if you know that. That's what we used to say when I was younger. Anyway, let's have a little look. Our language of the month is Romanian. And I have been practicing, because it's all about practice, isn't it? To say hello in Romanian. And I believe that I'm saying this right. I'm sure that you'll come and find me on the playground if I haven't. But I'm going to say Bună ziua, bună ziua. Bună ziua means, I believe, hello. Fingers crossed. Right. What else have we got on our board? So if our language of the month has changed, then I bet you, yeah, our Makaton side has changed. Ooh, tricky one. It's got lots and lots of writing on it. I don't know if you can see that, but hopefully you can read this with me. It actually says reading. And it says flat palms together, pointing forwards to make the sign for book. Then tilt your hands upwards and move slightly from side to side. So I believe you've got to put your hands like this, and to read is just moving them side to side. This is reading. And I'm hoping that this week we are going to do lots of reading. Because in 3 sleeps time, it is World Book Day. And hopefully, if you're at home, you're going to take a walk today, and you're going to come down to the school and pick yourself up a pack. It's the World Book Day pack. Shall I show you one? Hang on one second. Here is the World Book Day pack. So inside, one of the most important things is your book voucher. Now, every child is entitled to one of these. It gives you £1 off a book. If you go into certain book places, I think maybe W.H. Smith's, you can buy an actual small book for £1. So you give your token in. Or you decide, don't really want that. I would like to buy another book that I've maybe been thinking about buying, and you can use this voucher to get £1 off. So if it was £5, it will now be, that's right, £4, okay? So that's really important. Also in your pack, there are things that will help you with World Book Day activities. So Mrs. Hyam has made a video using a wooden spoon. So there's a spoon inside there. Mrs. Lee, that's me, I have made a bookmark. And there's the stuff that you need to make the bookmark. You don't have to use these though. You might have other stuff at home, just in case you haven't. And we've also created some worksheets that are linked to the books that we are talking about. Lots of different worksheets in there. So a word search, making a mask, or making a wand, all sorts of things, crafty things that we can do. So that's all in your pack, but you need to come to school and pick up 1 pack per person, all right, because we've only got enough spoons for 180 children. What else? Do you know, if it's the beginning of the month, that must mean that we've got a new author of the month. Should we go to the research centre and have a look? Okay, you coming with me? Great. So here we are in the research centre, children, and it says, who is the author of the month? And if I just turn it this way, you can see this month we are reading books by John Birmingham. Which is your favourite? And I know I can ask this because you've already read some of these books. Eduardo, the horriblest boy in the whole wide world. And you would have listened to that story to do some of your English work. On Thursday, the 4th of March, so that's in 3 sleeps time when it's World Book Day, some of the books that are on the display, which I'm going to show you in a moment, are the books that Mrs. Hyam has read to you or I have read to you, okay? And some of the activities are linked to them. So the book that I'm going to read today is not one of those. So it might not be one that you've heard before. You might be thinking, oh, wow, this is a new one. And I think that's really good, that sometimes you go exploring that the author that you really enjoy reading has written other books. Okay, are you ready to have a little look at them? Right, come with me. So here we are, children. Here's all the books. So we've got The Shopping Basket, a big favourite. Oi, Get Off Our Train. The Magic Bed. And there's some more down here. This one's a real big favourite. Time to Get Out of the Bath, Shirley. Oh, this one's quite a sad book. Grandpa. Now, if you are in school, you know that you can come and have a look at these books and you can read them as long as you... That's right. First of all, you need to wash your hands. And any books that you've read, you put into the basket here and they can just stay in the basket for a little bit. And then what we can do is put them back on the shelves once they've been quarantined. So, Mrs. Lee would like to read to you today The Magic Bed by John Birmingham. Okay, are you ready? Now, the great thing about John Birmingham is that he not only writes the words, so he's the author, but he also does the pictures. So that means he's the illustrator. So all of this is all from his head. Sometimes on the back of the books, it will give you a synopsis or a blurb, and that tells you what the book is about. So if you can't guess from the title, which is The Magic Bed, you think, I don't know what that book's going to be about. You would look on the back. Now, unfortunately, on the back of this one, it hasn't. What it's got is reviews where people have read the book and gone, yeah, it's a really good book to read. So they're trying to recommend it to you. So if I read one of them to you, it might make you think, that person liked it, so I might. It says, the story has a strong appeal because it has a fantasy that is true in reality. Everyone has a kind of magic bed. Oh. Now, when I was little, I used to get into my nan's bed and we would pretend that the bed was a car and we would go on journeys. So we weren't really going anywhere, but we were pretending, and we might travel to the end of the rainbow, or we might travel to Unicorn Land, or we might travel to space. And it was just something we did in the mornings just as a bit of fun before we got up and had to face the normal things of all going and brushing your teeth and having your breakfast and going shopping. But it was just a bit of fun. So it's a little bit like what this reviewer has said, that everyone's got a bed and sometimes you can make it into a magic bed. Right, let's find out more. Here we go. That bed is far too small for you now, Georgie. Why don't you and Frank go down to the shopping centre and buy a new one? Does look a little bit small for him. I bet when you were younger you had a small bed, now you've got a bigger bed. On the way to the shopping centre, Georgie saw a shop that sold old furniture. Look, Frank, said Georgie, maybe they'll have a bed in there. And so they parked the car and went inside. Do you have a bed that would be right for this boy? Said Frank. Beds, beds. Yes, I do have a little old bed somewhere, said the man. After some time, the man found a bed. The lady this bed came from said it was magic, he said, and that you could travel in it. Frank and Georgie bought the bed. They tied the bed to the top of the car and they took it home. Georgie and Frank cleaned the bed all over. Look, Georgie, said Frank, there's some writing here. It's very faint. What does it say? Said Georgie. It says, in this bed you will travel far. First say your prayers and then say... Oh, I can't read the last word. It says, something, 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 yeah. What on earth have you got there? Said Georgie's granny. Why did you get that awful old bed? Why didn't you go to the shopping centre and buy a new one? It's a lovely bed, said Georgie, and it's magic. You can travel in it. That evening, Georgie got ready for bed early. Why do you think he got ready for bed early? He said his prayers and then he tried to say the magic word. He tried money, matey, mummy, murky, Molly, Mandy, Millie, Messy, Minty, Mousy. But nothing happened and Georgie went to sleep. Whoa, how did you get on in your bed last night? Did you go to the moon or up to the Amazon? That night, Georgie went to bed early again and tried to guess the magic word. He must have got it right because suddenly he was travelling way over the city. Georgie's bed landed in a field. Lots of gnomes and fairies arrived and he read them a bedtime story. At breakfast the next day, Georgie decided not to tell anyone about where he'd been during the night. That evening, Georgie was off again. This time he was travelling over the jungle. Georgie came across a young tiger that was lost. It had wandered away from its parents and didn't know how to get back home. He took the young tiger back to its mother and father, who were very pleased that Georgie had found their child. They're so pleased. Look what they're doing to Georgie. On one of his journeys, Georgie found a chest full of treasure in a cave. But there were some pirates who were very angry because they thought the treasure was theirs. They chased Georgie down the beach. And he only just managed to escape. Whew. Whew. Some nights Georgie would go for a swim with the dolphins, which is why his bed was sometimes wet in the mornings. Another night, Georgie gave a lift to some geese that were very tired because they had flown a long way. And then he had a race with some witches. Day when they went on their holidays and they waved goodbye to Georgie's granny and set off. While they were away, Georgie forgot all about his magic bed. The holiday soon ended and they all came home. Oh, there's a lovely present for you, Georgie. It's in your room, said his granny. Georgie rushed up to his room and there in a corner was a brand new bed. Oh, what have you done with my magic bed? Said Georgie. Oh, that nasty old bed went to the dump today, said Granny. Georgie raced out of the house, down the steps and along the road to the dump. He just managed to get through the gates as the dump was closing. And there on top of the rubbish skip was Georgie's magic bed. Georgie climbed up into the skip. He leapt on his bed, said the magic word, and the bed rose quickly into the sky. Now, if you lie very still in your bed and find your magic word, perhaps you could travel far away like Georgie. You need a magic bed. I just think you just need to have something called imagination, and we've all got one of those, but sometimes we just need to work at it. Now, talking about working at things, Mrs. Lee, as you saw at the beginning, has been working at her skating, but Gracie Mae has been working at doing some sign language. So today we learnt the word reading, didn't we? And Gracie Mae has learned some other words. And in a moment, I'm going to let you see what Gracie Mae's been doing. And when you go out on the playground with Gracie Mae at lunchtime today, you'll be able to learn some of those words. It would be really cool. Gracie Mae the teacher. Okay, so are you ready? We'll see Gracie Mae in 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, this is Gracie Mae. To wave, Gracie Mae. Okay, Gracie Mae is going to tell you how to say "My name is Gracie Mae" in sign language. Off you go.
My name is Gracie Mae.
Okay, lovely. And Gracie Mae, do you know the signs for different animals?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know the sign for a pig? Do you know the sign for a dog? Do you know the sign for a cat? What's the sign for a chicken? Do you know the sign for fish? Lovely. Gracie Mae, do you know signs for colours?
Yeah.
Okay, right then. So can you go through some colours that you know for us, Gracie Mae, please?
White, blue, green, and there's 2 yellows.
Okay.
And I'll go do the different yellow. Yellow. And
Can you remember the other one? Should we come back to it in a moment?
I know another one.
Okay, can you do it for us?
Purple,
Lovely.
pink, and brown, black, and
What about red?
red.
Super. Okay, you have worked really hard, Gracie Mae. Do you think you can say goodbye in sign language? Know how to say goodbye?
No.
This, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Gracie Mae, for sharing all your sign language with us today. Can you give us a silent cheer? Oh, thank you, Gracie Mae, for sharing your wonderful sign language that you've been learning at home, coming in every morning and sharing with me on the gate. That's made me very happy. Okay. I wonder if any of you have been learning new skills. I got some flowers last week from Dexter, whose mummy has been learning to do floristry, which was really, really lovely. So thank you. It's been really nice to find out about the new skills that we've been learning during lockdown. So don't forget, send them in or share with me. I would love to share them with everybody else in our community. It might inspire you. Some of you might have got your roller skates out from the garage. Some of you might think, oh, I'd like to be like Gracie Mae and do some more sign language. Or at least learn to say your name. Okay, we're going to finish there. Oh, we always finish with our school prayer, don't we, children? Okay, so are you ready? Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good, in all my work and all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. I will see you in one sleep's time. Hopefully, if you come up to school to come and collect your pack, I might be out on the playground and I can give you a wave and say hello, because we're going to see each other very, very soon, aren't we? Everybody who's in school is really looking forward to seeing everybody who is at home. Right, I am going to stop talking now. Bye!